Ted Lowndes describes wellness as the lifeblood of his company.
We firmly believe that in order to create a culture of wellness, it starts with the leadership and the employees and everyone, the frontline staff. We want to inspire that culture that we're here to make a difference in people's lives at every level, whether it's an employee or the customers that we have. One of the traditions that we have is sometimes we'll, rather than drive to lunch, we'll walk to lunch and we'll have a meeting on the way there. We call it a meeting in motion.
They've put all kinds of programs into place: smoking cessation, stress reduction, nutrition, physical activity, and self-care. All of these programs are open to all employees, earning Ted a Light of Wellness Leadership Award.
I have been overweight probably the good majority of my life.
That changed for Mindy Althouse after a meeting about a weight loss program at work.
I could eat what I wanted as long as I kept track of the numbers and stayed within the parameters established, and exercised and drank a lot of water.
Her family has been very supportive, even joining Mindy in area runs. Today, she's within 5 pounds of her goal, and she's rediscovered the joy of shopping.
I'm not limited to one small department in a clothing store. I can go to any store and find something that'll fit.
A health screening at work turned up results that disturbed Sue Batten.
It was really bad. My weight was bad. My cholesterol was borderline. Blood pressure was really high. So that night I talked to my husband and started right there and then.
She started exercising and keeping a journal of what she ate and drank.
I've lost over 65 pounds and very, very close to the goal that I want to have. I was taken off blood pressure medicine. My cholesterol level is now in a good zone. My weight is in a healthy zone, and I just feel a lot better.
Sue gives her husband credit for helping her get on track. And now she's doing that for others.
I've hit an age where I'm starting to pay more attention to my health. You know, you don't want to fight some of the ailments your parents have.
Kim Beckett had tried to lose weight on her own. The fast diet, a program offered through work, resonated better with her.
The calories was just make sure you know what they are and stay within the range. That's math. That was fine. The exercise was harder for me because I was not an exercise person.
She started by walking the local mall. Then she bought an elliptical machine to have at home.
We moved one of the couches out of the way and put it kind of off to the side where the couch was in front of the TV. So then I would DVR my shows, and then it was easier to do the elliptical.
She's lost the weight she wanted to lose. Now it's about maintenance and toning. And Kim knows she'll look good in the pictures when her daughter graduates this spring. When Ginterer Stude's wife, Mary, was pregnant with their second child, she wasn't the only one who gained weight. He knew he needed to make wellness a priority.
And I basically started running. So I found a great program, Couch to 5K. But it got to the point where, I would really notice, like, when I was eating better and when I was exercising, pretty regularly, like, I had so much more energy. It was, I felt better.
Ginterer has lost about 40 pounds, and he's done a number of runs in the area, including a few family-friendly runs with his oldest son, who's now 7.
Called the family mud run, or the mini-me mud run, out at Mount Kersten, the ski area. We've got a lot of trails and stuff like out there, so we did that together. So we're doing stuff like that together, just kind of, getting out there and, being more physically active. We do a lot of biking now, so it's nice to be able to do that stuff.
Pat Eiberg's weight has always gone up and down. Last year, she decided it was going down and staying there.
I started Weight Watchers in February of 2012 with my sister, and it was a good time for her and I to kind of reconnect a little bit too and spend more time together. And then by the end of the year, I'd lost, I want to say, around 40 pounds.
Then she started strength training and lost an additional 10 pounds.
My first victory for me was being able to cross my legs. And for some people, that's just a normal thing, but when you lose 50 pounds and you can cross your legs again, I cross my legs all the time.
Pat's not done. She plans to keep going.
I think this time it's more of a life-changing thing versus I'm going on a diet and I'm losing weight.
Melvin Gardner and his wife had a special reason to start their wellness journey together.
Me and my wife wanted to have a baby, and so she went on a weight loss diet, and so then I started to basically support her, and then we both ended up losing a lot of weight with it, and eventually she had a baby, and then we just kept on doing it.
Their daughter was born 4 months ago.
Really a blessing for us, so we're both real happy to have her.
And they're happy to be able to keep up with her.
I've lost, in the last year or so, I've lost over 160 pounds. My goal is probably maybe 50 more pounds to hit, and I think once I do that, I think I'll probably just maintain from there.
Coeta Hampton made wellness a priority after a health scare.
My blood sugar level was higher than average. It was in the danger range. So I had to change my diet, start eating more fruits and vegetables, cut back on sweets and processed foods.
She also started exercising more. So far, she's lost about 30 pounds.
I dropped 3 sizes, and so now I bought me a whole new wardrobe because I wanted to show I was proud of myself.
Coeta's family has been supportive, so have her coworkers. A few of them joined her in using exercise balls instead of desk chairs to better strengthen their cores.
I still have a ways to go. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm happy with myself. And my doctor is happy with me as well, so that makes a big difference.
Kev and Kersten watched coworkers go through the fast diet program at work and thought if they could do it, so could he.
When I started, I thought it was a diet. And with the diet and exercise, I now know it's a change in life that will never go back for me.
When he started, Kevin weighed 318 pounds. A type 2 diabetic, he was insulin dependent.
My wife and I combined have lost over 160 pounds. We started this last March. I haven't had any insulin at all in over a year. I know as healthy as I am, one of the things we want to do in retirement is buy a camper and travel around the country and see our country. It's good. It's going to do nothing but get better.
A challenging chore at home was the wellness eye-opener Chuck Mathei needed.
My yard work got really hard to do, so I thought I better lose some weight to make my yard work easier.
Chuck started by eating right, then he turned to the treadmill and lifted weights. Then he joined a total body exercise class at work.
You know, I set myself a major goal, which was to get below 200 pounds, because I started at 313, and then along the way I would set, okay, well, by this time I'd like to be 280, by this time I'd like to be 260, by this time I'd like to be 240. I still got probably, I'm guessing 10, 20 more I'd like to lose. I want my six-pack back. Used to have one.
And what about the yard work?
It was a lot easier this year, a lot easier.
I had a health screening, and the health screening came back saying I had 3 of the 5 risk factors for biometric syndrome. So I looked it up and went, oops, I better do something.
Margaret Wynn's goal was to lose 250 pounds.
And I lost 180 pounds in that first year.
She lost all 250 pounds in 22 months and 7 days. She wears a band on her right wrist to mark the accomplishment.
I'm very determined to keep it off. I've kept it off a year now, and I continue to exercise every single day.
Margaret's advice to others? Just take one step at a time.
Don't try to do it all in one day. Don't try to change it all in one day, and that's how I got through it.
I think looking in the mirror, I realized I didn't look very good and thought I needed to change it. Started doing runs and walking and joined the gym and lost weight.
Samantha Patti lost 70 pounds in 1 year. Her daughter has been a terrific cheerleader throughout.
Proud of me and loves me. Every day she always tells me how pretty I am. So.
She feels good knowing she's setting a strong example for her daughter.
Hopefully I inspire her to live a healthy life and know that exercise is good for her.
As Samantha inspires her daughter, she surprises coworkers and friends.
Well, a good friend of mine I saw a couple weeks ago, he couldn't even recognize me.
Patti Van Severen dieted for 30 years. She's tried it all.
Finally realized that I can't do diets anymore, that I have to change my life, change my lifestyle, which is what I've done now.
Her aha moment involved her grandkids.
I want to be a fun grandma. I don't want to be a have-to-rest grandma.
So she did something. She started keeping track of calories and exercising.
I exercise every day. Right now, 7 days a week.
Patti has lost 108 pounds. She's sleeping better, her blood pressure and joint pain have improved, and she has more energy, which comes in handy with her grandsons.
I did it! Not that they don't wear me out, because I do get tired, but I can put up with them a whole lot longer than what I could before.
We did it! Well, I've been in healthcare for the better part of 25 years, but probably a perfect example of knowledge does not necessarily transmit into behavior.
Dan Whalen was a month away from turning 50 when he decided to jumpstart his wellness journey.
At that point in time, I weighed about 180 pounds, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but on someone that's 5'4", 180 pounds is considerable.
Dan started exercising daily and began a high-protein diet.
Just feeling better was really what the goal was, and becoming more physically fit. Making sure I was going to be there, 20 years from now for my family.
Dan has one piece of advice for those who are currently where he was a few years ago.
Just do it. It's not as hard as it looks.
Most of my adult life, I was not in good shape and I was overweight.
Going to a gym was too time-consuming. Kathy Beck found that walking fit better into her busy life.
A couple of years ago in February, it was a nice winter, and I went out for a walk with a friend. And I've just not stopped ever since. And from door to door, I walk for a half hour every day, and I'm done.
Kathy has walked every single day since. Seeing her out and about inspires her coworkers. She's also enjoyed biking with her 22-year-old daughter.
We'll be biking and I'll be, a block in front of her and she'll yell, "Mom, you're kicking my butt again." And it's thrilling to be able to do that at this age. I'm in such great shape now, there's nothing I can't do.
As I age, I notice that things aren't as easy as they used to be when I was in my 20s. And I don't want them to be harder than they have to be.
So Eileen Rooney took action. She became a wellness leader at work.
There's a lot of camaraderie. That's what keeps it fresh and fun, is that I'm always out with my friends.
At the University of Nebraska Medical Center, teams from across campus formed the Walk to the Olympics. They racked up enough steps to get from Omaha to London, home of the last Olympic Games. Eileen helped her team finish second.
It's kind of fun, even up to a year later. Some of the people on the team were teasing me, "You still got the pedometer on?" And I did.
Getting out of bed and running out of breath tying your shoe, and having sore knees, and I'm not as young as I used to be. So at 42, I finally just decided I just didn't like who I was anymore, and I wanted to make a change. And I just woke up one morning and I knew it was that morning. It just was from that moment I opened my eyes that very day that I knew I was just going to make some changes.
Chef Josh Reeves started eating differently. Then he discovered the benefits of exercise.
There's no secret behind it. It's you got to eat well, exercise, get lots of sleep, and drink lots of water, and and that's how it works. I mean, it's no magic. There's nothing in a jar, no pill.
Josh's don't give up attitude has inspired everyone around him.